Hey gang, Robert Morgan from Marine Easy Clean. I'm just quickly here to discuss the full cycle of removing phosphate, but to let you understand, to do that you need to know the whole bacterial cycle, because you need the phosphate accumulating bacteria starts from the beginning of the nitrification cycle. So first thing we do in water is we use our traditional product, the water cleanser. Now the nitrification cycle gets restricted by the production of natural oils and lipids. Now somehow they restrict that cycle from occurring at its natural speed, and so what we do is we promote bacillus bacteria, which breaks down the natural oils and lipids into carbohydrates and proteins. Now that makes it, once you've got cyanobacteria, E. coli's, love the nutrition value of these natural oils and lipids, breaks them down so it's now available to diatoms and microalgae, which means it goes through the food chain. Now once that cycle is working properly, you end up with your nitrate and your phosphates. Now your phosphates and nitrates, where this maintains it in a lab environment, it doesn't maintain it in a circulating cycle like this. Now this is a 5-year-old saltwater tank that's never had a water change. Now using just our original water cleanser, you get a build-up of the natural toxins. So your nitrate was at 50 parts per million and your phosphate was at 10 parts per million, which is like a really, aquaculture, high intense aquaculture system, they can be there, but that's getting quite toxic to lots of sensitive creatures. But because we've broken the lipids and the natural oils down, your sensitive wildlife is actually quite healthy here now, but we're not getting the algal blooms. But we still want to get rid of it. Now, currently you have to do water changes, which I think you don't want to go down that way. So what we did is we developed the Water Cleanser Plus. Now this has your carbon source plus the trace elements for your denitrification bacteria and your phosphate accumulating bacteria. So if you put this into the tank, the nitrate went from 50 to 0 because we've activated the nitrate consuming bacteria, which turns it into nitrogen gas. The phosphate, on the other hand, there's nothing really out there that consumes it. Now we have bacteria that can accumulate it from the water and they put it in the soils. Now we know this for a fact because this tank was at 10, so when we put this product in and we put it in the anaerobic part of the tank, your phosphate went to 0 from 10. Now the problem is it then rose slightly. Now that's because it's putting it into the soils. The soil can actually only hold so many of these bacteria, so you've got a circulating system. So I got us thinking we can remove it by going to the mats that are in the bottom of the filtration system. So first I'm just going to do a quick phosphate test of the water. Here we go. You can see it's been quite quick and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That doesn't work with the wind. That should be good enough anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we've got a nice little light green happening, which shows it to be roughly around about 1 part per million, which is where I tested it yesterday. Now what we want to show now is where the phosphate's been stored and how we can remove it. So let's quickly do that. So let's grab the mat. One mat, and we'll fill it up with our salt water. Okay, get that mat. Oh, geez, I'm not doing a very good job of it. We'll just give it a bit of a drain out. Now we did this the other day, and we took it from 2 down to 1 just by cleaning one of these mats, parts per million in the tank. So just that simple squeeze out, we've just put all the phosphate that's stored into there. So if we do the same test now, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically now, the colour is off the chart. Now at 10 parts per million, I'm saying that there is darker than that there. So that's around about 30 parts per million phosphate that we have just removed from that mat into there. Now that intense high amount can then be actually watered down, and with your little tree at your house, we can feed them fertiliser. So you've got we can now take this simple technology, pop that in the lake, pop that on the outside areas, have simple mat technology. Not only can we store the phosphate, I can remove it and then take it back to the farmers. My name's Robert Morgan. I'm from a company called Marine Easy Clean. We have the technology. It's simple and easy to use. Thank you very much.